Okay, good morning, guys. I haven't even done my morning workout yet, but I was just watching CNN News this morning. I always watch CNN News just because I like to stay abreast of what's going on. I just wanted to say some quick things for my watchers. I tried to tell my dad these things, and he never listens to me. This is not like a scam or anything. I'll just be really quick, and you can do your own research, or you could just, not watch this video. But CNN was saying this morning that Wall Street is going to be facing some big drops today, probably in the stock market, and that they're cutting their revenues this year in half, which is not good. It doesn't bode well for us. But I don't think that we're going to have a complete bottoming out of the economy this year. But next year or the year after, we're going to see some major changes in society. I don't have any money, but let me tell you all what I would do with my money if I had some. So even though we are currently pretty much exhausted in our exports, pretty much. So, and we also are. Our economy, our people kind of charge too much to work, so nobody would come over here and open up a sweatshop or anything like that. So we're not going to be really making a whole lot of money, and we're already, everybody knows, spending a whole lot more money than we can pay up. So what's to do? What are we to do? Okay, because I know everybody sees this coming. You see milk prices rising, you see everything getting bad, and you're like, what do I do? Okay, well, I'll just first start this for people who are not even into this at all. Some people say to buy gold bullion. I hate that word. It's so hard to say. But anyways, to buy gold bullion, or you can, the little coins and stuff like that. There's some really cool websites out there if you look for it. If you're in the ghetto, just make sure that you have 24 karat or the highest carat gold that you can get. Go to the little Chinese corner stores and just buy gold jewelry once a month. Maybe buy yourself a ring, buy yourself some earrings once a month, but just stock up so that you have gold, because gold is constantly going to increase in its value because our dollar is decreasing. Ow. So while our dollar is being valued less and less each month, pretty much, the gold is pretty much holding its standard. So for people in the hood who have gold pieces, if the dollar were to totally bottom out and become like the Jamaican dollar, if you know what I mean, you can always take your gold at the house, bring it to a pawn shop. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Cash it in and have a few bucks to tide you over so whenever you can figure things out. So that's number one. Some people say that it's a bad idea because a lot of people have gold, and I'll just let y'all know, because I was on the website for the gold coins. A lot of white people and stuff are buying big pieces of just pure gold, and so they're worrying that there will be no place to cash it. Everybody will be having this gold, trying to go to good old times or whatever, cash it in, and there will just be no money because everybody will be broke. So you have that to worry about. Now here's what I've been thinking about, and I think is possible. Okay, follow me with this. I heard that we're exhausted on minerals. Africa still has a lot of minerals and stuff like that. And I don't know if you knew, my parents just came back from South Africa, and the rupee is more than $1. Really, I don't even know if y'all knew that, but the rupee is worth more than $1. If you go over there now, your dollar is less. You know what I mean? Which usually we're more. So the reason why I think they are maintaining their wealth is because they have those mines. They have gold mines and all the other stuff. They have minerals that they can export. So they still have the same amount of wealth, whereas we've kind of exhausted all of our wealth. Well, what I've also heard is that China, they didn't even allow for mining in gold in their country till maybe the 1980s or the 1990s. This is just what I'm hearing. So that means that they haven't even begun until the last 10 years to dig up their gold, which they are now starting to do. It's a whole long story about how there were government-run companies, and now these government-run companies are basically allowing privatized companies to be able to dig for the gold, which means it's going to go a lot faster. And knowing the Chinese, no offense to Chinese people, but knowing the Chinese, it'll probably be unregulated as well. So you know how unregulated fast stuff goes. It goes like this. So they think that the gold in China is just going to start boom, 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 coming out like crazy. So if you can do the research, I haven't done the research, but if you could do the research and you're into stocks and bonds, it might be good for you to like find some companies, the private companies that are doing the gold digging up in China over there, and invest in those companies. And there's a good chance, they said, that those stocks will come back at 600 to 900%. No lie, those are the real numbers that they're saying, because they're saying right now China only has about 1 to 2% of their gold that's actually under the ground. But what I was also thinking on the other hand is that if we know China is now becoming like this major superpower and they're not really being broke down as much as we are, you know what we can do? What we can do is we can buy Chinese bonds. We can buy, like we can buy American bonds, we can buy Chinese bonds. I haven't really followed through with this, but I think I will at some point. Go to a Chinese embassy, which if anybody's on the East Coast, I know there's one in New York City. I don't know about LA, maybe LA. So it might not be feasible for everybody to do, but if you're on the coast or if you're near like a major city, just look and see if there's a Chinese embassy there and see if you can buy Chinese bonds, because you can do those just like American bonds and then cash those in for money. If America goes down and goes under, and China, say for instance, becomes the next world superpower, if you have Chinese bonds, now all of a sudden those are worth a whole lot of money. One, they're worth a whole lot of money, and two, in reality, they're really kind of worth the same amount of money. It's just that America is so broke now that it's worth so much in American dollars. So that's just it. I just heard it. I don't know if you guys want to do the research and see if it's even legal. It might not be legal. There's always, taxes you have to worry about and stuff like that. But taxing something is better than taxing nothing. And with these new proposals they're coming out with, guys, I'm hearing that the total amount of taxes they're going to be taking from your net pay is going to be like 70%. Sorry, not net gross. 70%. 70. That means if you make $100, the government takes 70 and you bring home 30 to pay the rent, the bills, and the groceries. Y'all, this is what we're looking at in 2012. So just be prepared and get ready, because there is going to be a great falling out. Plant some stuff. Like you can plant. I'm not really good with vegetables, guys, because I'm lazy. So I don't want to plant something I have to plant every year, but I guess I'll get into it. But you can plant strawberries, grow back really good. Blueberries grow back really good. Also raspberries, they say, grow back like weeds. That would be great. Think about it. If you could just have like a bunch of raspberry bushes in your backyard, and if you're really starving, that's vitamin C right there. That's fresh. You can also jam it. You can cook it. So just stuff for you to think about. Try and plant easy stuff. But if you're planting, don't use grocery store stuff. All of that stuff is rotten and diseased. We don't see it because it's colored, because they pluck stuff before they're actually ripe. It's a whole bunch of stuff going on. Do not plant grocery store anything. But go to your local garden store, grab yourself a blueberry bush, grab yourself a raspberry bush, and have something for desperate times. Okay? I will post more angry stuff later. Bye.